Still, we taught mankind all we knew of creation. With our help, they rose from the dust, became great and mighty. But then they turned our gifts to violence. Only one man protected us, your grandfather Methuselah. We were hunted, most of us killed.
I know this, man. Shout out, man, to another milestone, man. The Supreme Elite team.
Yeah. We are back.
You're rocking with the best.
We are back here.
You're rocking with the best.
The one and only. I am your teacher's teacher. The Supreme Elite Team, aka the New Culture Empire. We were supposed to shout out to everybody a chance to get in here. We was actually supposed to have I was going to do a reaction to a panel that I was on last Friday, and I was going to have some panelists over here as well. The timing and that's my fault. It's kind of late notice, but we will have that this weekend. So I want y'all to come tune in with me this weekend. Probably be sometime, probably morning, afternoon. We'll have the Untouchables over here. We will definitely have some of the Untouchables over here.
The Untouchable Empire, baby.
Yes, I am part of the Untouchables mob. So, yeah, before we get into it, just lighten the mood a little bit. Let's just sit back. Everybody just sit back and relax, man. Walking with the best. Rocking with them. Let's get it.
You're rocking with the best.
Man, oh man, it's been a very interesting few weeks out here in these streets, y'all. It's been a very interesting few weeks, man. We got a lot of people, a lot of ways of doing things, as you can see. A lot of people, a lot of opinions, a lot of this, a lot of that, a lot of this, a lot of that. I will read what just came to me today, but let me be honest with you. It don't even mean it don't even matter. It don't even matter. It doesn't even matter. Let me be honest with you. It don't even matter. It doesn't. Because like I said, this ain't about me trying to convince people nowadays. It's fruitless. It's fruitless because people are going to do what they want to do regardless. I've been trying to tell people for 3 years that 98% of what you think, how it goes, it doesn't go that way. And people found out the hard way. I got emails upon emails, people telling me you're right. I was with this group. I was with this class. I paid money for this. I paid money for this. I didn't learn nothing. I went and tried it. It was rejected. It got reversed. All that. It just, the emails are countless. I even had to set a file just for I call it the bad experience file, because that's exactly what those emails about, bad experiences. And it's always after I have a class. Now, this is the part that y'all gotta pay attention to. It's always after I have a reaction video to another creator, guru, teacher, whatever you want to call them, that has a major following. It's ironic. The most emails I got about the bad experiences are from the videos that I react to of people who have a major following. So if you don't know by now that
You're rocking with the best.
I don't think you ever know, because this is the biggest misconception. I'm gonna tell people this, and I'm telling this to you from a professional level. The outcomes that most of you all are seeking, those are the outcomes that are going to happen regardless once you have understanding. Once you have understanding, after you've been put on the right path, you will understand that mortgages, the way that you've been trying to get out of your mortgage debt, is so far from what you really have to do and what you really have to know that you will step back and realize you was nowhere in the stratosphere. And we're not talking about sending them an international bill of exchange. We ain't talking about sending them a regular bill of exchange, certified funds draft, some type of vapor money theory letter. No, it is a deep layered, complex process. And from what I see, I can only speak on things from what I see. I can't speak on things that I don't see. But for what I see, and everybody else that's advocating for a, how to get out of their mortgage or whatever, from what I see out here, the teachers that are advocating and giving people these directions has nothing to do with the set standards and what the courts recognize or the industry practices, because they know the risk. The finance companies, they know the risk. They know the risks associated with how they go about financing. They know they're big risk, and they try to protect against those risks. And this is why they have you sign the contract and have you sign the deed of trust. But the biggest issue that I see is that most people still believe that you're obligated on the deed of trust and contract after you sign it. You're trying to discharge that. That's the biggest problem. You are trying to discharge a contract in which you are no longer obligated on. And I'm not speaking from the fact that, oh, as soon as you sign it, it was paid. Your signature create the credit. I'm not speaking on that. I'm not speaking on that. I'm not speaking from that point of view at all. Because believe it or not, ladies and gentlemen, somebody put the money up. New Culture Empire, Supreme Elite Team. We was in the group. I was over there with the New Culture Empire Supreme Elite Team yesterday, throughout the weekend. And I let everybody know, and they seen it for themselves, that as everybody that's trying to set off their mortgage, don't even realize they trying to put a claim in on something that they're not even obligated to. Oh, you obligated to something now. But you're not even obligated to the thing that you're trying to discharge. You are way off in the stratosphere. And then we wonder why people be getting frustrated and be, like when they find out that and then when they find out that it's not what it is, when they find out it's not what it is, you sitting there trying to set off a mortgage or auto or like that class with Tamika. All she did was read over a contract that they not even liable to it anymore based on how they process and get the financing and the things that they do behind the scenes. You're not obligated on the contract no more. And they tell you that black and white. When I be hearing these so-called fucking gurus talk the way they talk, sometimes it gets that shit.
I will slap the shit out of you, boy.
talking like because they just be talking crazy. Like everything that they're telling them to do is going to lead them up shit's creek. The game is so cold, and the reason why we so much on a different level with the understanding than most people, because I can actually show you black and white. Everybody's in my Telegram group. I can actually show them, and they see it black and white, where they know they're obligated to us, how they recorded on the balance sheet. I swear to God, the language, the accounting, the verbiage, I swear to God, nobody, no teacher, they're not talking. They don't even know it exists. And to be totally transparent with you, this is not something that you can advocate for people or teach people if you haven't had at least about 5 to 7 years studying this stuff. That's what you have to understand. Most people don't even realize it's about 8 or 9 players regarding your mortgage transactions, 8 or 9 players to the game. It's not just you and the lender. Oh, it ain't even about them. That's the whole thing. It's not even about your lender, your so-called lender. And people want to continue to go down these paths. Just be prepared to, just be prepared for the rejection. I don't give a shit. Before I move along, I always like to see other people eat in the space. I like to see people do their things, you know what I'm saying? So what we have, they got a lot of good services that's being offered out here, man.
Bring that one back from the top.
It's a lot of good services out here, man. Like it's a lot of good services, man. I want to help other content creators, man. Get their, whatever they gotta do. They even got IRS notice of status withdrawal, trust alignment. Notice of status to the IRS. People got that as a service. Sending the IRS your status. That's a service. Let them know what your status is. I have a client that came to me after he got a notice of corporate, non-corporate status or corporate denial. The same stuff I think it's floating around TikTok, sending that to the IRS. You know what the IRS did with that? They just overlooked it. They ran right through that shit. Why did the IRS run through your status? Want to know why? Because the status has nothing to do with what you say you are. Your status is determined by how you report your income. It has nothing to do with your status. It has nothing to do with your corporate existence. It has nothing to do with you not being a United States person. It had nothing to do with you not being a taxpayer. It has nothing to do with none of that shit. The only thing it has to do is this is what it sounds like when y'all be sending those statuses, notice of statuses and shit into the IRS. This is like the language you speaking to them. This is what it's like. One, like you're talking, the other one that's listening, they listening, but they don't understand shit you saying.
You a slave for this.
That's what it sound like. They read that shit. That's what it sound like. That's exactly what it sound like. That's exactly what it sound like. That's exactly what it sound like.
Got untouchable empire, baby.
Shit. I ain't been on it like that lately. I've been busy, man. Like shit is good, man. Shit's been real good. It's been a real good year for me this year, man. It just took another level of understanding. Like it really makes you feel like the wool is over your eyes. Like you really see how valuable you are to their system. And you're just playing the game. I just played the game with them. See, everything ain't always about doing this shit just to get $1 out of it. Now, everything ain't about doing shit just to get I need to get $1 back, I need to get a refund back. I mean, I get money all year round. You know what I'm saying? So it ain't, my urgency, I don't have that type of pressures where I gotta hurry up and do a process just so we get it down. But when we do move, we move effective. I think if people take the desperation out of their processes, I think they'll be able to see the board for what it is.
We're about to take it back.
I said, if people will move the desperation out of their process, like you're doing a process solely for one outcome that's already going to happen when you have understanding. I don't understand why. I don't understand why people would embark on this very complex system without anything but understanding. Because once you have the understanding, the things that you seek, the outcomes that you seek are going to start happening regardless. And I think, hold on. I think some more of my members got some results. I think. Oh shit. I think so. Yeah. Actually, I know so. Man, let me just drop the link, man. Y'all, there's this girl, man. She follows me everywhere I go. Let me drop the link for her fat ass. Let me tell her to just bring her fat ass on up here. Let's just get it over with. Come on, big girl. Come on. No disrespect. Just come on out. There go the link. I wasn't even paying attention to the comments. I'm kind of glad come on. Hit the link. You got 5 seconds to hit the link. You got 5 seconds to hit the link. Hit the link. Bring your big ass on up here. Brett, hit the link. Don't talk no more in the chat. Bring your big ass up here. Hit the link. You ain't pop. Nah, hit the link. Hit the link. I know. Come on. It's okay. We all know your back big as shit. Like, come on, hit the link. You know your back big as shit. Your arms bigger than mine. Hit the link. Hit the link. Yeah, what's the problem? Hit the link. You can't see the comments. Can't see the comment. I don't care about the comments. We on here now. Hit the link. You thought you was being slick. You thought you was being slick when you took the picture and had that face shot. You thought you was being slick by holding the camera a certain way so you could see your face. You ain't know you was in the mirror was in the background. Your back was big as shit in the mirror. Hey, this is a girl. Hey, she's not even a part of this sector. She's part of another sector. It's kind of like the Untouchables. It's a show like Sharon Bracey's show. And I be cooking her fat ass. And I banned her on the channel earlier. And like, this is her.
Ugly. Watch your mouth. Get the out my goddamn room. Your little grown Now you ugly. Ugly.
That's the energy she give. So look at this, y'all. The link is hit too. Y'all want to come up. So she's still worried about me blocking her from a channel 5 hours ago. And she got about 5 or 6 accounts. Like, how desperate can you be in this space? 5 or 6. Look, I asked why you blocked me. You've been asking the same question for 5 hours, bitch. I don't remember. You probably was annoying me. It's probably why I blocked you. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You were just probably annoying me. You probably was annoying me like you're doing now. That's why. That's why I blocked you. Unemployment activities. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. You probably for the shit you doing now. Being annoying. Yo, y'all, I swear to God, like, yo, I'll be in Sharon chat. I show up 2 seconds. As soon as she knows I'm there, she just got to get my attention. You know, big girls like, you know, skinnier guys and shit, you know, they usually got a thing for them. But I'm like, if you don't, I don't even know this Oh, I remember. I did a reaction to her video, and y'all, the link is posted in the chat too. I did a reaction to her video. Well, her comments in the chat about mortgages. All those, I remember. And this is a girl that's going to try to argue me down.
Give me the.
She's going to try to argue me down on something that I got receipts on. She's going to try to argue me down on something that I have receipts on. And that's where it started from. She said you can't get a refund from your mortgage. Y'all, put a 1 in the chat if you can get a refund for your mortgage. Put a 5 in the chat if you actually seen what I'm talking about as far as the refund. Satisfaction of lien, refund check, or whatever. Put a 5 in the chat if you seen it. Put a 1 in the chat if you can get a refund for your mortgage. And these are people who comments, they actually seen it. But if you having issues in your life, well, there you go. They go a 5 and a 1. The only people that's going to respond are the ones that actually seen it. You said a 5 and a 1. That's what I'm saying. So they will argue me down. They go 5 and a 1. So they will argue. See, y'all, this is the part I'm talking about. Hold on. Oh, I'm glad she's here. As a matter of fact, I think this is good. I think we're getting somewhere with this. I think this is a good part. I think it's good right here. So y'all remember the video where we only spent like the first about 20, 30 minutes. Then we went to Trump and the tariffs and shit like that. So this is the mindset of people today, y'all. This is the mindset. They think that just because they don't get it, they don't understand it, they don't see it, that it's not true. So then what they'll do is, as soon as they hear or see something that they wish they can have and accomplish, the first thing they got to do, because the envy is very tricky. There's 2 types of envy. It's one good envy and bad envy. The good envy is like, damn, this motherfucker doing it. Yeah, I need to step my game up. Hold on, let me step my game up. That's good envy, because you're using what that person has to motivate you to be better, be more. The bad envy is, I don't like the fact that this person has something that I want, but I can't get. And how this person get it and I don't get it. It's like when someone is from your common area and they blow up to be a millionaire, you notice how they have the most issues with people from their neighborhood, because everybody thinks that just because you may come from a common place, like everybody's the same. And this is what happens. This is what happens when you start to think that everybody's the same. This is what happens when you think everybody is the same. Gently Koi K. Hey, Gently Koi K, you need to go ahead with that shit too, girl. You need to don't stop lying to him. You married, you happily married, you be tell him what the problem is. Don't be sugarcoating for him, trying to make him feel good. Tell him what the problem is. Tell him what the problem is, Gently Koi K. Tell him what the problem is. You know the real problem is. I was over in your channel the other day. You know what the problem is. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. Nah, that fake sisterhood shit. Nah, girl, you know what the problem is. Tell them. God damn it. Tell them what the problem is. But so they think that just because we come from a common place that we're all the same. Remember, when people want something that you have and they can't attain it themselves, the first thing they have to do is invalidate it. That's the first thing they have to do is invalidate it. Now, the girl, I don't even know, she got so many goddamn names. Keisha Black, Kim West. When you got to make multiple accounts, you're too much invested. You're too much invested. But this is how she really wants me to act.
You got someone. Don't you love when I come around? What'd he say? Build you up, then I'll take you down.
That's how she want. She want me to respond. That's what she wants me to be. She want me to. This is what most people want.
Goddess Miss Trigger Happy. Goddess Miss.
This is what they. Nah, this is what they really want.
Goddess Miss Trigger Happy.
That's what they want me to be, y'all. That's what they want me to be. That's what they want me to be. Because the title was totally so different. But old girl came in here, not you, Jelly Coy, the other girl. She came in here and derailed the whole thing. So now we about to talk about it now. We gonna talk about it now. Hold on. We about to switch this whole live up. We about to talk about, y'all want it? Because I usually don't talk about this on my channel. You know that I don't. I'm on finances, auto, mortgages. But since y'all want to talk about it, let me go ahead and change this goddamn title. Since y'all want to talk about it, let's go ahead and change the title. You asked for it. Now you got it. Now let's get to it now. How women want men to act. You asked for it. Now you got it. Country Black. They asked for it. Now they got it. The crowd wanted it. Now they got it. Let me change this goddamn thumbnail. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. This is what they wanted. I'm going to give you what you want now. I'm going to give you what you want now. Battle with the goddamn sexes. There you go. There you go. This is what you want. Now you about to get what you want. Let's talk about it. Ain't this a mother? Hold on. Shit. This what you want? This is what. Hold on. I'm having technical difficulties. This what they want? I'm about to give it to them right now. This is what you want. So, ladies, let me ask yourself a question. Since, what's her name, Kim West came over here, I think it's only proper that she hits the, I think it's only perfect that she hits the channel. I think it's only perfect that she hits the channel. I think it's perfect that she hits the link. Come on, hit the link now. Let's talk about it now. Exactly. Let's talk about it now. They wanted to talk about it. We about to talk oh my God.
You're rocking with the best.
We about to talk about it right now. Thank you. What's her name? Kim West. What's her name? Keisha Black. Thank you. We about to talk about it. The dynamics between men and women in 2025. Oh, Lord. Let's talk about it. Because I try to stay out of it too much because I'm married. And I try to stay out of it too much. Try to. because I don't really have like dislike women. I don't dislike women. I mean, I work with women. I got women in my group. Of course, I'm married to a woman. I got 4 daughters. I love my mom. Y'all see, so I don't really, I really don't have those like that, what they call it, the red pill. I don't have those goddamn talking points. I ain't gonna lie. When I was young, I used to be dragging. I ain't had no issues. I ain't had no issue with this shit when I was early in my 20s. Like, I don't know how to lie to people. I'll be straight up like, yeah, this is what the fuck I'm about to do. Yeah, I'm about to go over her house. Like, I swear to God, like, why you about to? Shit. But you notice one thing? When you're the nice guy, it's like you are looked at as weak. You're looked at as weak when you're nice in this world. But let you have that aggression to be that dog. It's like, that's what they really want. Yeah, ladies, that's what y'all want. Y'all don't want that nice decorum. So, just a gentleman. Y'all don't want them. Y'all want the same men you're going to run to your girlfriends and complain about. That's who you want. That's what I see. I see it all day, every day. Let me tell you exactly what I'm talking about. So, y'all know, this is the story, y'all. This is the story. And Kim, you can give your opinion all you want. You don't have to agree with me. Only thing I ask is respect the chat, respect the channel, respect it, because just don't be blatantly disrespect moderators. Just watch out for the blatant disrespect. You can disagree all you want. I don't care. I don't want everybody to agree with me. I like to play the Joker. So here's the thing. So the stories that I always hear is that women will get with a man. Now, let's just be fair. When you're 18, 19, still trying to figure yourselves out, I really don't count those. I mean, come on. To me, 19, you're still fucking kids to me. So I don't really take that serious. It's not like people were grown adults like 18, 19 in the 50s and 60s. They was already married. My grandma was already married by the time she was 19. So we in a different age. I don't really see too many 19-year-olds, 18-year-olds getting married from 18 all the way up to the spouse dies. I don't see that today. But what I do see is, and this is the problem that I'm trying to understand with ladies who has these issues with men. The point I'm trying to understand is, I remember I was on a panel like 2 weeks ago, and a lady, and I was telling her, yo, well, why the hell, like, how do you, at what point of your experiences with men is, at what point does it be like, I'm putting myself in this position? Like, I continuously keep choosing and dating men who don't fit my best interest, which not what's best for me. Want to know why? Because you're choosing the men that you want instead of the men that you need to be with. Because the men that you need to be with, they boring. Men don't like that drama. Go to work, go home. They don't really, they don't fit that extra excitement that you get from an argument in a relationship, in the makeup sex and all that. See, them ain't the men that you want. So how do you continue to keep having all these bad experiences with men, and then come and say, because I asked the question to her and the answer was, well, men lie, men trick you. So I said, well, how long was you with the man? She said, 4 years. So you want me to believe that for 4 years, he was lying when he was being consistent? He was lying when his actions was matching his words for 4 years straight. What they say, it takes 30 days to form a habit, right? So for 4 years straight, he was lying. For 4 years straight, he was manipulating you. For 4 years straight, that's almost half a decade. For 4 years straight, he was lying, manipulating you. And all it took was just one singular instant And you finally realize that the 4 years was a total lie. Right. And I know that's what you want me to believe, but I don't believe it. You know what I do believe what happened was? I do believe that she saw the signs in the beginning. She saw the signs 6 months. She saw the signs a year. She saw the signs in year 2. She saw the signs in year 3. And it wasn't until what she wanted did not outweigh what was best for her when she no longer wanted that, the relationship is over. So, ladies, it's not the men's fault. You want to know why I say it's not the men's fault? Because the men that you complain about, it's not even their fault. Want to know why? It's not even the men that you complain about's fault. Want to know why? And I'm about to tell you why it's not their fault. I'm going to tell you why it's their fault. Give me 1 second there. I'm going to tell you why they're not their fault. Want to know why? Because they've already showed you who they are in the beginning. They'll show you who they are. They'll show you who they're irresponsible when they met you. They're going to be irresponsible 2 years down the road. And it's those little signs that you can always see in the beginning that leads to the bigger things. But what do? You make excuses for them. You overlook it. You think he will change. And then a baby comes along. Now you're expecting him to be an adult, although he never showed he had those traits to lead, provide, and protect. So you're giving your energy to these men who don't deserve it and then go back and say, hey, he did me wrong. That's just me putting a mouse in a snake's pit and not expecting the snake to eat the mouse. But the question is, where's all this, what do they call it? Intuition at? Why don't the intuition ever pop up in the beginning? Why the intuition always seems to be broke? Like we gotta change the battery on it? How it work? Because where's the intuition at? Where's the intuition at in the beginning? And the reality is, ladies, you don't value your self-interest more than your wants in the moment. And this is not just relationship. This is reflective in your spending habits. You're in the most debt. Y'all do a lot of impulse buying. Because there is no way that you're going to sit here and tell me that if you had 2 bad experiences with men, and then you get with the third one, and he starts to show those same qualities and traits, that you're going to stick around any longer. There's no way to get me to believe that. Now, I get it. There's a lot of men out here, some piece of shits. I get it. Some made it seem like they was this, ain't do it. A lot of them piece of shits. So I'm not just, I get that. And I know that y'all want to trust, y'all want to give people chances. Y'all want, and you know what? That's kind of commendable. I will give that, not trying to, trying to see, make it work, making that sacrifice to make it work. I understand. No, trust me. I understand that. I understand that. But the thing is, you should not be trying to make it work with people when you know that's not who your long term is. Because let's be honest with you, the men that you had children with, did you ever see yourself marrying that guy? Did you ever see yourself being married to that man? Because in my community, from my community where I come up, you'll see, I've seen women have children with men that they wouldn't dare marry. And the reality is, y'all not really the victims the way you claim, because I be seeing how y'all act on these panels. I be seeing how y'all act on these panels. I used to think that y'all some whole, like everything is wholesome, but I'm like, hold the fuck on, man. All it takes is a guy to interrupt you or cut you off, and you ready to chop his head off. Like, I'm not saying, hold on. And Miss Coy, you can come up to if you want, ma'am. Like, I'm not, this ain't like I don't run that I don't run that attack thing over here, Coy. I don't do that. Like, you know, you're gonna be treated with utmost respect. I don't operate like that. I don't operate like that. Like the other girl, she tried to come for me for no reason over something that happened on another panel, and I don't even know this girl. That's what I'm saying. Like, we have nothing. Like, yo, why you keep following me? Like, you a bugaboo. Leave me alone. Like, it ain't that serious. His own behavior and the diabolical, degenerate behavior that he actually puts out instead of dating market. Well. Hold on now. Hold on, girl. It sounds like you're saying that women should choose better, and I agree. If they're going to choose better, maybe they shouldn't choose black men because every community. No. Gently Coy, no. That's one of the problems right there. You're trying to cast your experiences and thinking every black man is going to be like the man you dated. Not saying you in particular, in general. See, that's the problem. Yeah, oh, man. Why do a lot of our sisters act like they actually like qualify for more than what they've been getting? Like, why do our sisters like, it's kind of like it's like ego driven, like you like like you just deserve the man way up there just because you had bad experiences. Regardless of how you feel about yourself, I can feel that I'm the best man in the world. I'm that never. You know what's going to determine whether I'm the man or not? My outcomes. Because Gently Coy, you knew this 10, 15 years ago. Not trying to say I don't know how old you are, but you knew this 15 years ago. Let's say 15, 20 years ago. You knew that the only bougie females walking around were 8s, LA 9s, and 10s that had the attitude, very picky about the man, always dated the ballers. And you notice that the women that were, 4, 3, 4s, or 5s, back then they was a little more humble. They were so sweet and nice because they actually knew, like, they knew where they was at. But nowadays, when you get this sprinkle stuff and all this 8 plate trophies, and everybody goes to the table, everybody wins the championship, and you can get whatever you want just because you exist, and you can have this, and you can have that, and you can have that, and you can have this, and you can have that. You know the issue I found with that? Because it's not conducive with reality on how men choose women. It's not conducive. Now, you can feel like you're a 10 all day, and I'm not going to take that away from you. You can feel like a 10, 8, 9 all day. And hey, I commend you with the confidence. I have nothing against that. I love self-confidence. But the reality is, if you're not getting 8, 9, 10 outcomes, that doesn't necessarily mean that the men that's on that level don't exist. It doesn't mean they don't exist. That's just like me. And just because I couldn't date Aaliyah, God rest her soul, I couldn't date a woman like her, it doesn't necessarily mean, we got 2 of you. It doesn't necessarily mean that women like Aaliyah who look as good as her, God rest her soul, didn't exist. It doesn't mean it. It means that I'm not on that level for these type of women. The problem is they've told you that you can get whatever man you want, and all you have to do is just exist. All you got to do is just exist. All you have to do is just exist. That's all you have to do is just be. Like, all you got to do is just rise up and be. And every swinging dick is supposed to be running to your doorstep. And the reality is, the shit just ain't happening. And I don't give a shit who don't like it. It just ain't happening. Now, before we bring the brother Darren in here, I want to illustrate this point. This is the point I want to illustrate. This is the point that I want to illustrate, y'all. Because
you slept with 1,000 men, not 999 in 12 hours.
Yeah, well, 1,057. I hit the 1,000 and there's still 57 men queuing. I couldn't say to them, sorry guys, I know you've just put in a long shift waiting, you've brought your packed lunch, you need to go home. Of course, I was like, welcome in.
You slept with
and she is, look at her. What would you rate her? Look at
you
her.
slept with 1,000 men, not 999 in 12 hours.
Yeah, well, 1,057. I hit the 1,000 and there's still 57 men queuing. I couldn't say to them, sorry guys, I know you've just put in a long shift waiting, you've brought your packed lunch, you need to go home. Of course, I was like, welcome in.
You slept with
You see what I'm saying? And she's a certified 8. She can probably doll up by 9. You know what I'm saying? It's not even like, it don't even matter if, like, most humans are more alike than we're not. The problem is I don't see any type of logic in blaming another adult for the conscious decisions another adult makes. I'm sorry. Gently Coy, you can come up on the pen if you want. And shout out, welcome to the show, Darren. But I'm trying to figure out, you make the conscious decision to be with these type of men, but then you complain about, like, you made an adult choice to be with this person. It's not my job. Like, this is where the fathers come in at. This is where dating with intentions. And the problem is, ladies, you're not admitting that you're not dating with intentions as well. Because if you were really dating in intentions, once a man didn't align with the values of what you ain't want long term, there would be no need for you to continue to give him your energy. That's the reality from what I see. A lot of y'all not dating with intentions as well. You telling the man to date with intentions, but y'all not dating with intentions. Y'all just off the vibes. Now, every time we turn around, it's shit like this between men and women.
Fuck you looking at, nigga? I'm still trying to find out, nigga.
Yeah. You gotta say, hey, hold on. How you doing, sweetheart?
Fuck you looking at, nigga? I'm still trying.
Yeah, shit. That's what it is. It's to the point where we can't even have genuine conversations because everything is an I got you moment. Everything is a disingenuous question to try to catch you in a trap. We come in on these panels, have conversations, and guess what? The women, mostly for what I see, they come in with an already negative connotation with some hidden beef with the panel of men. I'm assuming you never met or had any other smoke for. So, like, men, like, ladies, we don't really be like trying to beef with y'all like that. Like, we don't be worrying about trying to compete with y'all, beef with y'all. We don't be doing all that shit. Like, man, we not really hard to please. But one thing I noticed, Darren, I'm gonna give you the mic. One thing I noticed that every time they, a lot of them come and say, oh, we got tricked. Oh, we got tricked. We got tricked. He wasn't like this beginning. You notice one thing that I always find a common denominator is they could trick him into sex. They could trick him into babies. They can't trick him into wives. They can't trick him into cooperative. They can't trick him into submissiveness. They can't trick him into following your authority. It's like all those things that sustain a relationship. Oh, you can't trick me on that. The only thing you can trick me is a baby and sex. Come on, man. Somebody make it make sense for me. I don't want to make it sense, but I don't fucking know. Maybe I don't understand. Maybe I'm missing something. Go ahead, brother. Maybe you know something I don't know. Go ahead. You got the mic.
Man, I don't even know where to start, bro. Everything you're saying is none but the truth.
And you know what, bro? It's not even me that be saying it. My wife be saying this shit. She be watch, she see it. She say the shit. Then she be giving me more insight because she a woman. I be like, damn, for real? Because I generally did not believe that, like, a lot of women that they say the red pill space was talking about, a lot of them ain't exist. I'm like, nah, y'all probably just, I don't know. I don't see it like that.
Right.
But she's telling me like, nah, that's how they really are. And a lot of shit she be telling me, I be seeing it take place on a panel the other day. Just like the girl that came over here. She had smoke for me for blocking her in a chat on another person's channel. Like, she couldn't even let it go. People get blocked. That's part of the game. But her pride and ego was eating her up so much that she demanded, she followed me over here on my own channel and demanded why I blocked her, because she felt like her pride and ego is so above being blocked. Like, she's bigger than the space. And that's the attitude that people like her carry around. Like, I really owe her an explanation why I blocked her. Like, that's going to change or redo the events. You see what I'm saying? Wasted energy.
Right,
Wasted
right.
fucking energy.
The way I
And
look at it is
go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
women are the apex predators of the world. They've caused wars, they've caused divorces, people get killed over women. Women, they try to convince you that, oh, I didn't do. It's all manipulation. That's all it is. They know how to manipulate any type of situation to get what they want, whether they want to be married, whether they want to have a kid, whether, women know who they're going to be with in the first 30 seconds that they see a guy. So to say that men are this and men are that and like all this stuff, it's BS. And the way that is because once you start dating somebody, a chick, she'll tell you, "Oh yeah, I really thought about you like this or XYZ." When it really gets down to it, or when she gets upset, her true feelings will come out and she'll say everything that she didn't want to say right at whenever she's upset.
Bro, I said that the other day. You are absolutely right. Because from what I see is, ladies, from the lady standpoint, I know y'all say y'all want a man that's honest, a man that's going to keep it weird, just be honest. But the reality is, y'all don't really want a man that's honest with you. Like, you don't. Not to the point where his honesty hurts your feelings. You know it. You know it. You don't want the man to be come on, y'all know the age old thing. Hey babe, how do I look in this dress? You look good. Like, it's to the point where you have to say you look good. You have to say you look good, because if you're actually honest, it's going to hurt their feelings. Ladies, y'all have a pride and ego issue just as men do. I don't know why y'all act like y'all don't walk around with pride. I don't know why y'all walk around acting like y'all don't like y'all handle rejection well. Y'all know y'all don't handle rejection well either. You want to know why? Because all it takes is a man to stick his penis inside you, and you believe that every man on the earth wants you. It's a difference between having sex with you and seriously vetting you for marriage. If you want to be married. That's if you want to be married. I'm not seeing everybody, don't want to be married, don't want to be married. But I mean, what long-term goals do you want out of this relationship? What are you dating for? What are you trying to accomplish with this person? And are both of y'all values and what y'all trying to get to in life are conducive with each other? These are not the conversations that are normally being had before you start dating someone. These are not. Everybody's just putting their best foot forward. Everybody's putting it. When I first got with my wife, I let her know, like, yo, this is my next year plan. This is my 2-year plan. This is my 3-year plan. This is what I want to do in our life. Hey, this is what I feel like where we could be together. I sat the first date we was talking about. The first date. Now,
Hey,
actually,
Lamar,
yeah.
I gotta comment on that, bro. Bro, I be dating some chicks, right? They be letting me hit, and then they'll be like, "Oh, so what does that make us?" I'm like, "What do you mean? What does that make us?" Like, you didn't bring that up at the beginning. Like, this ain't in the contract.
That's what I'm saying. But you see what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. That's the part. If she was really serious, I mean, I'm not going to sit here and shame her for giving it up when y'all first. I mean, you're adults,
Right.
but that should have been the conversation before y'all got into bed, and then you made the decision whether this is what I'm looking for, this is what I'm not. And if it was one of those where she's still gonna give it up to you, but you know y'all ain't exclusive, it is what it is. So when they don't vet properly or look for the values, see, the problem is they want, what did he say? What did KS say? Tupac in a suit. That's what they want. They want to be rich, got to look good, got to have this, got to do this, got to have this, got to have that, got to have this, got to have that. You notice how as the older they get, their standards increase? You notice that? The older they get, their standards increase. Regardless if they had 3 kids by 2 different men, regardless if they never been married, regardless of any of their past, it's supposed to just all wipe away now because I'm older and mature, and now you're supposed to meet my standards because I'm mature now, because I learned from my mistakes. I know who I am today. That's why my value is higher. But guess what? When the cameras are off and they're off these YouTube panels, this is who they're going back to date.
Bro, that is so true, man. That is so true.
That's a
Hey, there's this one girl, right? She was like crazy about me, man. I stayed on one side of town. She would drive all the way to my house, pick me up. We go all the way downtown. We'll do whatever. But this chick had a whole baby dad, and this dude was crazy about her. He would bust her windows. He would show up at her parents' house. I'm like, bruh, like, if she's already doing this to me, I could only imagine how many other people she's picking up, because, like, I don't know, bro. But
because the track record says, and then here's the
Yep.
thing. They know there's dudes that's been cheating on them, ain't holding up the end of the bargain, and they'll still try to force the situation. They'll even make them get on live and tell the other girl to leave him alone, when the girl that's making them do that should be leaving his ass alone.
Come on, say it. Say it for your shit be out.
I can't fuck with you no more.
Because what? Say it louder.
You messing up my family.
Now, the fuck?
Right.
Like, Sean, you supposed to be getting the fuck away from him.
Right.
Because it always, no matter what happens, the stories, when you dig up them bones in the excavation, the stories is always, it always ends.
The only
like
way I
this.
learned my ABCs was by learning the names of all the guys my mom slept with. Art, Bob, Chet, Don, Ed, Frank, Gus, Hal, Irv, John, Ken, Lou, Matt, Ned, Oxpat, Quinn, Ron, Sam, Tom, Ulf, Vic, Walter, Xavier, Yaz, and Zeke. Those are just some of the guys. There are lots of other guys.
I mean, come on, y'all. We can't continue to live life like this as men and women, man. Like we can't live life like this between men and women, y'all. Because it's getting to the point where I just don't give a fuck anymore. Like, I really don't. You gotta. I don't.
I've been here for almost 17 hours. I don't give a fuck. I've been.
Like,
Hey,
for
that's
real.
so true. That's so true. Man, hey, but I could laugh about, everything that I do because I'm a bachelor, right? Like, I don't have nobody holding me back. But at the same token, I try to be a great example to my son and show him, how to treat others, especially women.
Right. Right. Now, and you know, the thing about that is, brother, is I always school my daughters on like, yo, this ain't what it is. You know what I'm saying? This is who you
Right, right,
you see what I'm saying? So I don't be there like I don't sit there and don't tell her about the piece of shit man, but I also know that I can't sit there and try to tell her about men and I'm not displaying it, she's not watching it and seeing it every day with, you know, with my interaction with her mom. You see what I'm saying? So I don't sit there, I don't sit, I don't sit there and try to like I literally got 4 girls watching everything I do and what I say in my house. You see what I'm saying? Like I literally cannot be in there and like doing the most and doing all that extra shit. Like I literally can't do that. So I actually am. I take care of my family.
right.
I take care 80% of the bills. I lead. I provide. I protect. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I do. I don't. You know what I'm saying? So I don't. I don't not practice what I preach. But I'm also not going to be naive to the point where a lot of ladies is you're trying to change the men that you want to be the men that you need. And when you do that, you're it's like you're trying to force someone just because you like them, just because you want them to be the man that you need instead of already being with the man who already just displays those traits. That's the part that I don't get. That's the part that I don't get. That's the part
yeah,
that I don't get. I don't get it. Like y'all will give the y'all will give your best. Y'all will give y'all best to men who don't deserve it and then hold all the new men responsible for that. That's the part that I'm still trying to figure out.
right. Yeah,
So,
and
but
too, even some of my friends and I seen some of the comments that lady was putting, but I think it's a obligation as men to hold other men accountable as well because I've even had friends where they might be dogging the chick, doing her bad. I'm like, bro, like, why don't you just be a man and just tell her, like, you don't want to be with her, or this is what we're doing, and it's only that. Don't just try to beat
But
around the
I
bush
hate
because,
when men run around doing that, bro. I hate when men run around, gotta sneak and lie and play these games. I see. What the fuck you gotta lie? Tell her what it is.
right,
If she gonna stick with it, she is. If she not, she not. But you can't. I think that's unfair to have her rocking with you under false pretenses. Give her the chance to choose, just like you want her to give her the chance to choose. Now, if she is cool with the situation, then it is what it is. But don't sit there. That's one thing I don't understand why these men got a lot. Listen, one thing about, and you know me by now, I'm a straight shooter, bro. Like I don't really, I just come straight out with it. So, and I've been like that. I get that from my grandmother. I've been like that for a very long time. I used to be too brutally honest. So I don't get why men have to lie. Like, I've told girlfriends in the past that I was seeing someone else. A few of them was like, shit, you got me fucked up. But some of them were like, okay, I swear. I used to be straight up. Like, where you going, man? I'm going to Shorty house. You coming back tonight? Yeah, I'll be back like midnight. But I will actually come back midnight. That's I was in my young 20s because I was like, I'm not about to sit there and lie and go through back and forth and gotta hide and gotta duck, and then I'm over this person's house and then she calling me, blowing me up, wearing my all that shit gonna be on the tail. I don't give a fuck. You don't want fuck out. I don't give a shit. I mean, that's just that's just what it is. But the dynamics change when kids come into play. Because one of the things that I don't like to see when parents, I don't give a fuck, it's a man and a woman, use the court system to weaponize the kids against the men. Now, one of the things that I see about some of our sisters, bro, is how they act when they don't get their way.
Oh, bro.
I've seen countless times where they, go into the family courtroom, paint this narrative. It's always about the child's safety. That's the picture. I want to make sure my child is safe. You notice how they say my child like it's their personal property? So I want to make sure my child is safe. And they'll come in, victim, saying all the right things, doing all this. I'm like, okay, even got me going. I'm like, okay, she want to make sure a kid say, all right, I'm with her. And then as soon as the judge don't agree with her position, man, you'll see incredible harm. I'm like, damn, where'd I come from? Shit like this.
You're free to go.
Who's sucking whose dick around here?
Oh,
No,
ma'am,
seriously.
Another 30 days for contempt of court. Ms. Couch, do you have any questions
I
of
do.
this witness?
Yes. At what age did Zach Conley start wearing diapers?
Ma'am, that is not germane.
No, I am.
Ma'am, what we'll do is we're here to determine whether there was parenting time.
Have you been getting your parenting time?
No,
Why not?
because she is refusing to let me see them.
Have you attempted to get your children from this couch?
Yes,
Have you called the police for their assistance?
yes.
What happened when the police got involved?
That she slammed the door in their face, denies them, and just tells them no.
I just want my kids to be safe. That's all.
She has withheld the children, that she's failed to comply with the order of,
But there's reason, sir.
excuse me?
There's reason.
Okay.
Valid reason.
Okay, ma'am, you're done. You don't have time to speak at this point. Okay, you've had a chance to testify, you had a chance to do a final argument, so you're done. So, ma'am, unfortunately, you leave me no choice, but the court will sentence you to 30 days in jail with the Calhoun County Sheriff. The court will further remand you to the care of the Calhoun County Sheriff, where you will remain until such time as the children are turned over to the plaintiff and until such time as you have paid the previously ordered attorney fees of $1,000. So, ma'am, you can go with the sheriff, and
Are you serious?
this matter is concluded. You're free to go.
Who's
Have a good
sucking
day.
whose dick around here?
Oh,
No,
ma'am,
seriously.
Another 30 days for contempt of court. You're in jail for 60 days now.
No, what's going
If you
on?
keep going, I can go as long as you want, ma'am.
What's y'all say about that? Court,
Bro,
Jimmy Cole, if you still here, what you gotta say about that?
I start twitching when I see that, bro. I got PTSD, bro. That I know exactly how that is. Be up in there.
Now, I'm saying like, but this is what. As soon as they don't get their way, it just comes out. But then, if that didn't come out, you would have never known. You would have never known it's like that because the pictures that's being painted, it's like everything has been done wrong to me.
Right. Man, let me tell you this.
Go ahead.
Women, and this is not, and when I say this doesn't apply to all women. I'm just because of what we just watched. Man, I know a lot of guys that would even, and I understand why they don't show up to court. I get it. They feel like they don't got a fair shot. I get all of that. But man, imagine showing up and the woman that said that she loved you so much is pregnant and you're sitting there in child support court trying to fight over the kids that y'all had together. But women will sit there and say, "Oh, he's not doing this, he's not doing that," but you're sitting there pregnant, you know what I mean, with somebody you just met. You see what I'm saying? But that's the type of things women would do to try to get their way or try to spite you or try to do all of
Yeah.
this stuff because they're trying to get back at you. And I don't think a lot of that is shown. And just like that woman, she starts getting vulgar with the judge about not,
You
you
see
know
what
what
I'm
I mean?
saying?
Like it's
But think
crazy.
about this though. Think about this, bro. It's not just that, bro. It's not just that. It's always I see the same shit over. As soon as they don't get their way, the true colors come out. But then they say, black men, we need to protect our women. We need to protect our women. Y'all supposed to be the leaders, right? Supposed to be leaders. And then that's even used because it's kind of like it's a beneficial term to use, but you don't want to stand up under that leadership. You always got 5,000 questions on what it. See, most of them, like that's what I'm saying. They don't have to worry about the weight of the world on their shoulders like men do. So they think a leader is supposed to be everybody. A leader is supposed to just acquiesce to them, make it easy. It's not hard. It's not easy being a leader. There's going to be tough decisions when you have to lead. You have to make tough decisions. And when you're making tough decisions, you have to be logical with it. You got to put the best interest of yourself aside and make decisions that's best for the overall family. But what I've noticed is, and I've talked to men, they will stay in marriages when they're not happy. They will stay in marriages when they're not happy. They will stay. They'll
Just
stay in marriages when they're not happy.
sitting in purgatory.
Yes, for the best interest of the kids, right? I've seen it. I seen my homie do it for 15 years.
Right.
But when most of the women, I can't say all because most of them sacrifice a lot. Most of the women, hell yeah, a lot of them sacrifice. Yeah, I ain't gonna put that all on them. But a great majority of them will break up the family all for my personal happiness. The selfishness is crazy today. The selfishness. And I don't, what I don't want to see, what I really don't want to see between men and women when it just gets to this point.
Oh, no, this mandatory.
Oh, yeah. I got him. And I'm going to knock this shit, baby.
Jewelry. Oh, asses outside.
That's what I don't want to see. And my wife from Jersey, my wife can fight her ass off. My wife, she can rumble. She rumbles, boy. I seen her whoop a girl so bad. I was like, God damn.
Oh man.
When she'll fight you too, I'm like, all right, just don't,
And but you see, that's the type of culture, you know what I'm saying? Like they got dudes sitting there laughing like that's supposed to be funny. Like why wouldn't somebody come and say, "Hey, bro, like I know you're probably emotional, but putting your hands on her ain't gonna solve the problem." But they don't do that. They pull their phone out and they start recording. Ah, shit, let's record so and so, and we'll talk about it later. Like, hey, remember when you beat up your baby moms? Like, yeah, it's funny, but like, really, is that the type of environment that you want to keep living in and encouraging? You know what I mean? But they don't see it that way.
That's a fact. So, what do you think we could do as men and women to bring us together?
It was like I was saying earlier. It's just it doesn't necessarily have to be women. It doesn't necessarily have to be men. It's everybody holding everybody accountable. Like
Who is the lady running around here talking about straight men or a red flag? Satan, you are a lie. I'm sick of these old new modern ignorant women. It's society. that's pushing them to them. Society is telling them to unalive their babies. Society is telling them they don't need a man. Society is telling them to be single and fast and do what you want to do and do as thou wilt. And then they end up bitter with no children, nobody to take care of them while they on their deathbed. Y'all better stop listening to society. I remember growing up, I'm 44 years old. I remember growing up, and what's the songs that used to come out? The Lil Boosie, INDEPEN. And then what was the one, Beyonce, all the women is independent. Y'all, when them songs came on, who never got up was me. Who never got up? Because I ain't never been independent. I've always needed a man. I need help with all of my bills, my car issues, maintenance, hair. I need help with all of it. Food. People used to say back in the day, because I've been married now for a very long time, and they used to say, you know, I always knew you would get married, John. Me too. I always knew I was going to get married too. I mean, I saw it with my mother, and yes, I'm not downing the women who've been through some things, and, you know, they was in some bad relationships. I get that. I've been through some bad relationships too, and when I saw red flags, I got rid of them. Some of y'all just keep them, and y'all just keep going through hell. Not me. I pray to the Lord. Lord Jesus, give me a husband, and give me a good one, Lord, who's handy, who can fix stuff and fix me, who can fix everything, fix the bills, fix the house, fix me when I need fixing, fix the kids. Yeah. I don't know what these new women, I don't know what their issue is. They don't want to look good, and the ones that do look good, they think they're so fine that they think beauty is going to last forever. Baby, it don't. Everything goes south. Okay? Everything that was up comes down. And it takes...
Yo, she's not lying right there. She kind of mirrored some of the things I said earlier. She mirrored some of the things I said earlier. I don't know this woman, but you can tell she looks vibrant. She's very decent looking. She looks well kept. She looks happy. And my thing is, ladies, fellas, if the end result is what you want, why not focus on the men that you want and the women that you want and being in a position so you could be with them so they can want you back? Remember she said about going through so much stuff, keep going through it. I had to do is learn one time. That's what I'm talking about. Why do you got to keep going through these situations with men, going through these situations with women, keep going through? At some point, if you was going through these experiences in your early 20s, by the time you get to your late 20s, early 30s, you should already have a map of what you don't want versus and what you do want, your long-term goals. So when you see people who's displaying the characteristics and traits of what you don't want, why give them the time of day? I don't get it. I'm sorry. That's the shit I will never understand. Y'all know me. It ain't gonna take long for me to cut you off. All you gotta do is violate one of my group rules. Your ass is up out of there. But I'm just saying, why go through it? Because you're gonna be shaped by those experiences. You're gonna be more traumatized. It's gonna be more distrust in the overall opposite gender. It's going to be more issues, more problems tacked on. It's like, it just doesn't make sense. But the sister's cooking right now. A beautiful black sister is cooking right now. Because if I say, oh, you're just this, so I'm going to let y'all hear from another sister.
It's usually working out or either plastic surgery to put it back together. I know. But you don't want to be too old and then play in the field and then get out here and you give all your goods away to somebody, and then all of a sudden when you get old and lonely and now you got heart problems and diabetes, now you want to look for a man. Girl, don't nobody want all that. Just like you don't want no broken down man. Don't nobody want a broken down woman. Listen, ladies, y'all got to get rid of this mindset. God made male and female, and he made man and woman. 2 is better than 1. 2 is better than 1. 2 incomes. Two minds, 2 bodies when you're hot. I mean, when you're cold, you need somebody to help keep you warm. That's Proverbs. So I don't know what is going on with this modern woman. I mean, she just silly. Just a silly woman. And whoever said that, whatever that little girl was, who the little dark girl, I don't know. Is she a plant? Talking about straight men or a red flag. Girl, you a red flag. You can look at you and tell. You can look at you and tell that you would be terrible in a relationship. And see, that's the issue too. A lot of these women don't want to admit that they're the problem. When I was going through relationships problems, I knew, okay, I got to change me because my mouth is the problem. My dad used to tell me, don't you put yourself in a grown man's shoes. Don't put yourself in a situation where, you know what I mean, that man raised up on you. I know some girls whose mouths are so tough. They'll cuss you, your mama, your grandma, and everybody else, and still on you at the same time, but they expect men to respect them. Girl, you're not a dude, you're a woman. Act like a woman. Yeah, that's how I got married, because I act like a lady. My husband is so glad that I'm in his life. He boasts about me. He says my life is everything, and I boast on him, and I do be everything to him. Because who ain't independent is me. Nope. Get help.
And she's keeping it 100. Like she she doesn't have that pride and ego problem not to not admit, like, yo, I do need a man. And there's nothing wrong with ladies, you needing, like, see, when you say need a man, I don't want y'all to see that y'all look at it like it's a, you sit down, I feed you a dog, feed you out the dog bowl, I walk around with a dog collar around your leash. Nobody's talking about that. But you got to understand that you're expecting them to protect, provide, assist, lead. So it's only natural, if that's what you know you really want, then when that presents itself and you see it, to get in line with it. Why fight something that you know what's good, it was for your best interest, just to complain about the lack of it later when you don't have it? Like, you fight it when it's there, then when you don't have it, you complain that it's not there. You fight leadership, then when you don't have it, you complain that there is no leadership. I'm trying to figure that part out as I go. But sister's cooking.
Me, Lord. Help me. Send me a husband to help me. And Lord Jesus, help him help me. Amen. Anyway, go America. Peace out, y'all.
She was happy. She was content. You know what I'm saying? I don't see beautiful sisters. Her spirit is good. She has a husband. Husband loves her. I'm trying to figure out why can't we see more of this? Like, because it all depends on what's the end goal that you want, though. Because if that's not what you really want, then I get it. I get it if they ain't what you want. But I don't see why there'd be a lot of complaints. I don't see why there'd be a lot of complaints if it's something you don't want anyway. So it's something that you really want, but they tell you to be strong. Keep this wall up. Don't do this. Don't do that. Don't say this. Don't say that. Don't act like this. They just gonna run over top of you if you do it. They're gonna do this. They're gonna do this. If you do this, they're gonna do that. That's nothing but projection off the men from your past. We can never, as humans, talk about experiences and things that we have not directly experienced or seen closely related to us. So if the overall experiences from yourself or those around you have not been negative, have not been good, then we can't expect you to have good overall outlooks and opinions when you step out into the real world. That's just the reality. So it's every man. It's really every man that you've experienced where these problems arise. But you never hear the distinction. It's always men, women. You never hear the men I dated, the women I dated. It's always this blanket application. And everybody's supposed to just accept that as the reality of the world. You think that lady really agrees with 98% of stuff that be said on these panels? She's going to have a totally different outlook. And you can't even bring her on the panel. If that lady was to come on some of these panels, she would get booted based off her happiness. Not because she's lying, not because she's telling a story. She will be booted off just because she has happiness. And that's the thing with that sisterhood does. You can't be happy and be a part of the sisterhood. You can't want better to be a part of the sisterhood. You can't want marriage to be a part of the sisterhood. You can't not be a victim to be a part of the sisterhood. You have to be the perpetual victim. It always got to be somebody else's fault. You never did anything wrong. Everybody's a narcissist. It's all toxic masculinity. That's what you have to do to be a part of the sisterhood. And guess what? Look at all that goddamn energy that you have to exert to remain in that state of mind. Wow.
Ride hard for myself, and I'm gonna say I'm a 10 out of 10, and I don't care who the has to say anything on this. You guys can call me ugly all you want, but you mother. Like, this question actually really bothers me. Like,
well, I mean, if let's say you're 5, let's say you're totally average, you're not particularly remarkable in any regard, and you think you're a 10. Don't you think it'd be more confident to just be like, yeah, I'm a 5? What?
I kind of want to just bounce, to be honest. So.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Because
we're.
You're that triggered over this conversation?
I didn't do enough research on the podcast.
Because we're talking about rating.
Talk about people's attractiveness.
That was like a pretty tame
We
conversation.
didn't even start.
Like, she would not have liked what I was about to say.
Sure. Shit crazy in here. Dan, what's your thoughts on the actually, you know what? I want to see, and we're gonna talk about this part. But go ahead, give me your thoughts on that last clip so far. Give me your thoughts on that. With the lady with the glasses on.
The bald head?
No.
Yeah. No, she's accurate. But you see, women like that, you don't find them online. You like those women, they're dating with intentions. They want someone that's responsible, that's handling their business. And that's like a unicorn in today's market. But she's accurate. Everything that she's saying.
I'm gonna go back to what you said. He said those ladies, you don't find them online. And
no, absolutely not.
I find that interesting because I really don't see those type of ladies that really shows up on these panels, like talking about when there's conversations about men and women and who's this and who's that and who ain't doing this and who ain't doing that. I never see them really show up like that. And the rare times that I've seen them show up, poor ladies got booted. The bounties, the panelists, poor lady got booted. She was so sweet, nurturing, like it was hard not to like the lady. Got booted. You know who booted her? A miserable, envious, hatred individual who actually wanted what that person had and was mad at that sweet lady because they didn't have what she had. So when that lady was talking, the person took it as a personal attack because the words were ringing true to her core of that's who she really was. And that was the reason why she didn't have a man, because we could sit here and lie to ourselves all day. We can lie to ourselves all day. We can lie all day. We can lie to everyone else. That's what I meant to say. We can lie to everybody else all day, but you can't lie to yourself. They know why they're not in relationships. They know why. So let's wrap this up, this impromptu stream, because I had something good for y'all, but I go with the flow. Let's see what. Yeah, I had a good one on mortgages, but they want to come to rail. Let's derail. You want to have a conversation, and you notice, y'all, they never hit the link.
They never hit the link. Internet gangsters.
They never hit the link because I wasn't gonna ban her. I didn't even block her. They never hit the link.
Welcome to my reaction series. Today, we're going to be reacting to women that regret getting divorced. As you guys know, we have a tendency to go on TikTok and talk about every single L we take, and divorce is no different. Let's see the lovely ladies who regret leaving their husband. And also, when we go through these, I want you guys to let me know would or wouldn't. Now, here is Bachelorette number 1.
I caught up with an old friend.
So this is your Hinge date tonight, guys.
Recently, I caught up with an old friend, and she was telling me that she got divorced. And I was so surprised because her and her husband were such a cute couple, and they had been together for 11 years. So I asked her, like, what happened? I figured something bad happened. She's like, honestly, I was just bored.
That's the normal reason. She's not lying. She's not lying. When I told a person that, yo, a lot of them just get divorced because they're bored. They want something new. They want to date new. They get older. They start feeling themselves. They thought I was tripping. Now, ain't no woman going to, they say, ain't no woman going to divorce a man if he's doing what he's supposed to do and this. They not, I said, shit. They will leave because they're bored. That's the threshold. That's the threshold.
You're rocking with the best.
That's the threshold in today's world. 50 years ago, you would never, what? That's the threshold. All you have to do is be bored, and you will throw your family away. They will throw their family away for their own personal happiness and their immediate wants. They will throw it all away, kids included. Time and time again, the divorces be for some of the most trivial reasons.
Like, my husband, all he did was work. I was a stay-at-home mom. We had 3 kids, and I just...
Oh, it's her friend, not her.
Wow. So you accomplish what 78 women in this world would never accomplish as being a stay-at-home mom, don't have to pay the bills, don't have to work. But the majority of the reasons, these trivial reasons, why the ones who get divorced for those reasons, you know what majority of them are? They're all stay-at-home moms, don't have a care in the world. And if a man is busting his ass every day out there in the world, got 3 kids, paying all the bills, it's to the point where that's not even good enough. I swear, some of the women are some of the most selfish people walking earth. They are so selfish. She can't even respect that he has to work and he's going out there working to provide the luxury for her and the kids, and she still wants to make it about her. She still wants to make it about her because he worked too much, didn't show you enough attention. But they want a man that works. They'll clown him when he don't work. But when he is putting in 60, 70 hours a week so you can take the credit card, go shopping, go on vacation, don't pay for nothing, now you get bored. They don't even know what they really want. What they want changes by the second. That's why I don't take them serious. I don't take what they say serious. Because when the opportunity presents themselves for them to get what they want, they always find a reason to fumble the bag. They always find a reason to fumble it. They always find a reason to fuck it up. So I don't take a shit serious.
Lonely and bored. And she says that when she would bring it up, like, he would take her out, but it was just boring to her. Like, she needed some excitement in her life. She just felt like she was just a mom and a wife. And her...
But that's what you signed up for. You signed up for it. You have 3 kids. You signed up for it. If that's not what you wanted, man, let me go ahead.
Her husband just wasn't doing that for her. And she had other friends that had, boyfriends, or like they had just got married, and they were always going out, always going on vacation, always partying, like going to the club, going to the bar, hanging out with friends, and they did none of that. And when she would bring it up to her husband would always tell her, like, I gotta work, like, they had a big house, they had nice things. Like, he was just trying to work. So they ended up getting divorced. And now, you know, she's single, she lives alone, she's working, and she's dating. So then I told her, oh, well, that must be exciting, like dating and stuff. And she's like, no, I fucking hate it. And I was like, why? And she's like, because all they want to do is just have fun.
Look at this shit right here. Y'all hear that shit? There go the link, y'all. So now she divorced her man. I told you, y'all, the logic is not. What did I tell you? There's no logical long-term cause and effects of the decisions. It's whatever's in the mind in the moment. I'm just going to make it. And then I'm going to find someone to blame when it don't work out. That's the simple playbook. Whatever, I'm going to do what I want to do in the moment. When it don't work, at least I got somebody to blame for it. It's now she get what she wants. Now when she gets what she wants, she's complaining about that. The same reason why she left. To have fun, get excitement. She gets the fun and gets the excitement. Now she don't even want that. She wants the family life again. They don't know what they want from the time they wake up to the time they brush their teeth. They don't know what they want. They don't know what they want. Everything's flaky, subjective, subject to change. It's no real commitment. They talk about committed. I want a committed man. Ain't no fucking commitment. They'll leave for anything. They'll leave because you hurt their feelings. They'll leave because you have the audacity to work 80 hours a week to keep a roof over their head so you can stay at home, take care of the kids, don't have to worry about the pressures of finances. They'll leave if you do that too good. This shit is classic example of why I don't take their cries and complaints serious, because once again, when they have the opportunity to win, they will find a way to fumble the bag. They'll find a way. They'll find a way. They'll make up a problem when none exists. They'll manufacture a problem in their head to justify what they really want to do. Right. Supposed to take this shit serious? Shit.
We can't win.
They just want to go to the club. They just want to go to the bar. They just want to hang out, have a good time, and then that's it.
That's where all the excitement at, right? That's what you wanted, right? That's what you wanted, right? You got what you wanted. You divorced your hard-working, productive man. And I don't want to hear about, well, what if he was abusive? No, I don't know what ifs, hypotheticals. She said the reason why she divorced because she wanted more fun and excitement. So don't throw that extra shit in to try to justify it for her like y'all normally do.
She said no one wants to help me out. Like, I'm trying to find someone that's going to help take care of my kids. She's like,
you already had your husband. You already had your husband to help take care of your kids. You already had your husband. What do you mean? You already had your husband. You already had your husband. Yo, ladies, do y'all know that 78% of women will have to work until they retire? Do you know how much of a luxury it is for you to be a stay-at-home mom? We're not talking about rate. I mean, let's think about it. Stay-at-home mom, raising the kids, that ain't easy. But guess what? You don't have to do that and worry about finances. All you have to do is focus on that. You don't have to worry about the finances because the finances add the most pressure. You don't have to worry about going to work, picking up your 3 kids from daycare, then coming home cooking, coming home cleaning, got to be right back up at 6:45 to do it again. So you don't have to worry about that. So you could wake up at 8, 9 o'clock. You could put the kids down for a nap and have free time. You could take them to the park. You could do a little grocery shopping with them because no matter what you do throughout your day, you have the security that this fucking mortgage is going to be paid. these car notes are going to be paid, and I'm going to have some credit on this credit card when I want to go swipe. That is the life that most women will kill for. And she threw it all away for her immediate wants and needs. Threw it away. The nerve of this woman here on the right. Well, not her, her friend. The nerve of her. That's a spit in the face to every hard-working man who works hard to take care of his family, his wife, and in most cases, not even just the wife, the kids and the grandkids. And do you think a lot of those men feel appreciated? Nope. A lot of those men ain't appreciated. A lot of those men can go do better if they want it. A lot of those men can go get us 27, 30-year-old with no kids, or maybe one kid. A lot of them could go get an apartment across town and do them, especially if they got grown kids. Now they can still be there for the grandkids. A lot of them, they can do that. But a lot of men, they don't do that. They stay because they're putting their own personal wants aside for the overall betterment of the family. And that's one thing that most men do, and you don't even have to ask them to do it, because that's how most men are wired. Most men are wired to be natural protectors, providers, and leaders. That's just how we're wired. We're not going to complain about taking care of our family. We're not going to complain about that because that's in our biological makeup to do so. This is why we go out and do what the hell we need to do every day. But if you, the point I'm trying to make is this is just a classic example of how some women just don't give a damn about the man. But we supposed to care. We supposed to jump in front of a motherfucking Mack truck for you.
Hey, that's a big red flag, bro.
Yeah.
Hey, if she's single, her mama's single, her grandma's single, all her aunties are single, they just sit at home all day and gossip, you better run the other way.
Bro.
That's a fact.
Bro, a lot of sisters that you see in these spaces, bro, that's exactly how they were raised. No man around, all women. So you heard a one-sided horror story. It's not till you get the full story till you really see the problem, or when they grow up and get older and start bickering with their mom, butting heads with their mom, where they see the problem. I have a friend like that. Have a friend for most of her whole life. She hated her dad based on the stories her mom told her. It wasn't until she reconnected with her dad until she realized that she kept the man away from the child. And that happens time and time again. Listen, it's a true thing. A scorned woman, there is no debts that they will go to get revenge. There is no debts that a scorned woman would do to get back at you. They will ruin your goddamn life if the opportunity presented itself when they're scorned. They will ruin your life. What it boils down to is most women don't see nothing, no humanity in a man, nothing but utility and scratching that itch. That's it. They don't care about the humans. They don't care that he's a son to another woman. They don't give a shit about men. Most women don't give a flying fuck about men. A lot of women that come and complain about what men need to do and do better, they only doing that so they can benefit from it, and they will leave his ass for the most trivial reasons. It makes me sick how low women think of productive working men. You ain't gotta be a millionaire. You gotta be productive. That's not even good enough. But let them fucking Pookies and Ray Rays get them pregnant 3 times. They don't even think about putting them on child support, or they don't even expect anything out of. This is the most backward ass shit that I like. It's the most backward ass shit that I can see, because in reality, this is the men that they That's the men that they want. But the men that they need is the men that her friend divorced.
Be a provider, not just a good time. So I was all like, well, take care of my kids. She's like, I just want someone to be a provider, not just a good time. So I was all like, well, wasn't that what your husband was doing? And she's like, I know. And I guess now her ex-husband is dating someone, like, seriously.
Uh-oh. And ain't till they see what they really miss. And now another woman is occupying that spot. Oh, Lord. Oh, Lord. Oh, Lord. Oh, Lord. Oh, Lord. Pull up on a new girlie like,
Fuck you looking at, nigga? I'm still trying to find out, nigga.
Hey, I forgot. All of this made me think of this story. Hey, so how about one time we were watching it was during the football season and the halftime show comes on, right? And you know how the little kids are usually out in the back running around doing whatever, right? So there's one couple, I don't know who they were, but they were friends through friends, and their son, like I think it was like Katy Perry or somebody came on at the halftime show. How about this kid started kicking his legs up like a female and dancing in front of all the company during a football game, and the dad was just there holding his face like he was embarrassed, and then the mom was getting mad because like she felt everybody judging her.
right, because they raise them to be sassy ass little boys, man. I see it every day. I go to the mall and stuff. When I go shopping or whatever, I see no man in sight, and I see single moms and their sons be looking sassy as shit. The little extra pretty braids in their hair, earrings, just looking sassy as shit. I'm like raising them to be a weak ass, sassy ass little boy. But she gonna have problems now. Because the new girl, she recognizing that work. She ain't letting it go. You fucked up. You had your chance. You won already. So she try to get back in the picture. Nah, the new girl gonna be like this.
We got a problem here? We got a problem, nigga? Oh, what up?
Shit. She ain't about to nah.
Man,
Hell nah.
I promise you, bro. I was eating a rib. I was like, whose son is that? Whose kid is that?
Sassy as shit. They be sassy as
I was
fuck.
like, bro,
I
and
be
it's
seeing her crying, whining, sassy as fuck. And what the mom go do? Baby him up like a little bitch.
right. And they started clapping. I was like, what are they clapping for? What is this kid doing?
Listen, today's world, masculine men are hated. Sassy ass men who think. So you know what the problem is with a lot of women? I'm gonna tell you. A lot of women have issues with masculine men is because a lot of women, they look for themselves in their man. They look for traits. That's why when you see these pandering motherfuckers be talking like what women want to hear, a lot of women, they gravitate to that because a lot of women actually look for themselves in their man. They actually look for themselves. Like they actually actively seek men who got feminine traits, like dominant feminine traits. We all got a little bit feminine traits in as far as when we're nurturing our kids, giving them a kiss on the cheek and, things like that. So, that's not a masculine thing, but you get the point. But a lot of women search for themselves in other men. I swear to God.
They have been divorced for a total of 3 years, and he has been dating this girl for 2 years. She has 2 kids, and they're already living together. She says that he's fully taking care of her. Like, the girl doesn't work. She's a stay-at-home mom. They haven't had any new kids, but they're planning on having kids. And she's pissed because she's like, how can he move on so fast? Like, I can't even find nobody, and he just found someone so quick.
Yep. That's called the post divorce humble, right? This is what happens. So women, they meet their husbands at like 20, right? Let's say 25, whenever the hell you met your first, you know, it's college, high school, whatever, early 20s. And the thing is, when they met their husband, he's a 4, right? Or he's like a 5. And like the girl's like a 6. She gave this 4 or 5 a chance. Looks wise, let's say, and like overall charisma, because you know, the older you guys get, just the better. You guys just age well. Do you know what I mean? Like, yeah, you guys might get a couple more pounds, a few more wrinkles, but you can't, like, there's just nothing like a seasoned man, let's say. Okay, so what the wife doesn't realize is that you guys are getting better every year. Every year, you make more money, you become more assertive, you get better at telling women to shut the fuck up. And so what the wives don't realize is they still see you as a 4. But then the guys get to be like a 7 and she's a 5. And do you know who the guy dates next? Between a 6 and an 8, depending on how good looking. 10 years younger than you. I knew someone else. He married a woman around his age, and they recently got divorced, and he's like 37, 38. And he's a really successful, he works in media too, so he's a really successful like commentator, I'll say. And I'll tell you, his ex-wife is pissed because his new girlfriend is hot. I met her and I was like, holy, he's dating this like model. Well, like she looks like a model. And I was like, and that's what happens is they move on. They're like, I can do better. It turns out we can't do better, but do you know who can? Him. And it's worse because the men are so much more humble because they don't even know they can do better. Like men don't really get attention like that, right? So they go around the world. Most guys don't know how good looking they are, right? Because like women can find you attractive, but still not want to, like you're still a wouldn't to them, but they still find you attractive. Men, every girl that they find even slightly attractive is a would. So like, it's not really the same, but so the men don't really know how many women they're attractive to. Right? Where women think they're more attractive than they are because the men are like, you know, they all would. You know what I mean?
And that's the reality. Because, and this is the problem where I have with a lot of men. You got to stop sticking your penises in these 3s and 4s. I'm sorry, you have to stop. You got to stop because they start thinking they're more better than what they are. Then they start looking down on men who they really qualify for, thinking just because a man will stick his penis inside you, that qualifies you for marriage. You know, I mean, we complain about, brag about, well, I dated this person, I was with this person. You know what they're really saying is, well, I had sex with a man that's making good money, had sex with a man doing that, but you never hear about, hey, he dropped down to one knee and proposed to me.
He didn't even want to give us another try, like blah, blah, blah.
And it wasn't until she saw that he moved on. It wasn't until she saw that he moved on. Now she wants him. It goes back to the age-old saying. They complain about men being players. They complain about men having a roster of women. But I'm going to tell y'all this. For whoever's watching, I'm just going to sit here and be honest with you. No woman wants a man who other women don't want.
And I was so confused because I was like, okay, so you divorced him because he was always working and you were bored. So now you're single, going out, having a good time, dating, but you don't like that. Now you want someone to take care of you, a provider. And your ex-husband, all he wanted to do was be a provider. That's why now he is dating someone who he has no problem providing for her and her kids. And she's pissed because she's like, why would he go and find someone who has kids? Like, he already has kids. Why would he want to take on that responsibility? And I'm like, wait, aren't you looking for someone to take on that responsibility?
Just the blatant, I'm telling you, they don't even think about the words before they say it. They just say it. Like, they don't even think about it. So you already have 3 kids with this man. And you said earlier you're looking for a man to be a provider. But now you shaming him because he's being a provider to his new woman. You knew that was the type of man he was. So why would you think he would not do that with the next woman? It wasn't until another woman saw his value, in which you finally recognized what you missed. See, you thought he was unattractive. You thought he couldn't bounce back, get another woman. You only want him back because you feel entitled. So let's run it down. She got bored, wanted more fun, wanted more excitement, so she divorced her husband. She got the fun and excitement through dating men post-divorce, and then realized that's not what she wanted. Then she sees her husband gets a new woman. She has kids. She's providing for her kids and his kids. And now all of a sudden, when she sees that, subconsciously in her mind, she felt like she's the only one entitled to it. And he was supposed to stay single until she ran her course and got that shit out of her system and welcome her back with open arms. The sense of entitlement and narcissistic behaviors of our women today is unmatched.
I was just giving her a hard time, not gonna lie, because it was kind of funny to me, because I was like, I could tell that she regretted her decision. I could tell. And I've seen a lot of people do shit like this where they get divorced for reasons that are not, I'm not gonna say they're not valid, because everybody's feelings are valid, but they're fixable problems. Like,
no, say it, girl, for the most pettiest reasons. For the most pettiest reasons, they get divorced today. It's not this, when he was beating on me, or he had another baby outside the house. No. They all get bored because they're just tired of being married. And they'll get divorced, break the family up because of their own personal feelings. That's what it is. It ain't this bill glue. I'm not saying it don't happen, but the majority of divorces today are mainly, I get bored. And you know what? I'm just bored is wrapped in when they tell the story. This is what it's wrapped in. I lost myself in the marriage. I finally put my happiness first. I rediscovered who I am. I'm so much more than a mother and a wife. Now I want to go take on the whole world. That is what I'm really just bored is wrapped in. I'm just wrapped in. I divorced my husband because I went on a path of self-discovery and realized I'm just more than a mother and a wife. In year 12. And you know what happens when women get older? Their sexual libido increases. They want to get out a little more, and they don't want to have the constraints of marriage holding them back. That is all it is. That's all it is. Peace and love, Tania. That's all it is. That's all it is.
I don't know if you guys have this wrong idea of marriage that it's supposed to be like fun and happy all the time. It's not. I feel like every relationship, it literally depends on compromise. Like, you gotta compromise something. You cannot.
You gotta sacrifice. She's right. You gotta compromise. You gotta sacrifice. Choices, trade-offs, sacrifices. Do you think me and my wife going on 4 years, you think every moment was just happiness and bliss? We were just jumping from lily pad to lily pad, just, oh, so love. No. Sacrifices I had to make, sacrifices she had to make. Oh, man, I hope I ain't fucked it up.
Hey, of course, Lamont, it's supposed to be like that.
Right, what the fuck? But this is a willing choice on both parties. So the sacrifices is not being done with resentment to it, because this is something that we both know what we signed up for. She brought up marriage first. She brought up marriage in month 2. We was married within 3 months. We're going on 4 years now. Met her.
Hey, congrats, man. That's
Met
good.
her. Yeah, met her end of January. End of January 2021. Well, 4 years, probably 4 years. No, because we was married in. It's coming up in May. Yeah, married January 2021. About March, April, about like in April, May, it's coming up. We was already married. Like less than 4 months. Well, no, 4 years. So, because there was no point of what's the rush. If we both, that's what it is. And with the time, the love ain't increased until later on down the line. When we first got married, there was no deep feelings of love there. We both made a practical decision. And then the love progressed as we stayed together. But were we deeply in love with each other when we got married? Fuck no, because it wasn't about that. It wasn't about that. It was not about that. We got married for practical decisions. Love came as we progress. But look at all the people that get married based off love, based off the feeling of love. And it's
man.
And guess when they get divorced, Derek? Guess when they get divorced? As soon as that feeling of love is no longer there.
Oh, bruh. Man, there's so many, and it's terrible that I even say this, but there's so many married women that I walk into some type of building or something, and they just be, man, they just burn a hole right through my head. But the ones that be making them posts on Instagram and I feel great again and blah blah blah, man, you take them to one good dinner, bro, they will they cave easy. That's all I'll say.
Yes, sir. So let's finish this up. Now, you're absolutely right. I don't believe on getting married based off being all and then deep feelings of love before you get married. I think you should get married for a practical decision. Hey, this is what I want. This is what you want long term. This is what we want. This is where we want to go. All right, let's go ahead and make it happen. I don't think nobody should be married based off love. I think everybody should be married based off a practical decision first, and then you grow that decision and let it grow into love. Because when it grows into love, naturally, you realize that love is not it's not the determining factor of our relationship. See, we didn't start our relationship off on love. So whether feelings of love comes and goes throughout the marriage, it's not the determining factor. See, we remain committed to the end goal. You feel what I'm saying? We got an end goal, and it didn't have anything to do with love. So love is just that's the plus. But even in moments of we're not love, or moments of arguments or disagreements, even in those moments, there's still no change in the treatment with each other. When you base your relationship solely off love and marriage, as soon as that feeling of love fades, a lot of people's actions change. Prime example. So let's say this is the story where you base your feelings off love, and I'm gonna give you my real life story. So base your feelings off relationship off love. Every day she cooks breakfast for you, brings you your plate.
Oh man, I'm sold already.
And then the night, yep. And then the night before, you had a disagreement, had an argument, both went to sleep, ain't say nothing to each other. You wake up in the morning, you can smell the food. You open the microwave, she probably stepped out, she's not there. There's no food for you. She probably just cooked for the kids. That's when you base your feelings off love. Because you went to sleep and woke up, slept on it, and there was no feelings of love there. So, yes, fact. I see. I know. I brought it for you. Yeah. There you go. Go have fun. Okay. So you base the feelings off love. You base the feelings off love. The love is not there in the moment when she's cooking breakfast. She doesn't cook for you. Now, this is a real life situation with me. Had an argument the night before. Every day normally cooks breakfast for me. Every day, like clockwork. Woke up the next morning, smelled the food. I woke up, I go in the kitchen. My plate was in aluminum foil in the microwave. Didn't bring it to me. Cool. I'm cool with that. Ain't bring it to me. But she still made my plate.
Yeah, bro, that's love.
It's a
Yeah.
difference. You say it's a difference.
Yeah.
It's a difference. The act did not change just because she wasn't in the moment of feeling in love. The act didn't change. See what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah, that's a deal breaker for me, bro. Because
it's a deal breaker. If that happened, the relationship is over.
Hey,
anybody, whether it's a man or woman, if that scenario happened and if you're on the receiving end of that, you don't have no relationship.
Right. Bro, I'd be hurt. I'll be thinking about that all day. Like, damn, she really made bacon and she didn't leave. Oh my god.
Didn't even make me a play because we had an argument last night. Probably an argument that you're gonna be thinking about in 5 years from now. Right.
And I bought the food.
And I
Hell no. Hell no.
But bro, a lot of women do that though.
Yeah.
Bro,
that's a red flag.
That's a red flag through and through. As trivial, as petty as it is, it's a sign of bigger things to come. That's a fact. Let's wrap this up.
Have everything. And to be honest with you, like if she was willing to give up on him that quick, like maybe she just didn't love him that much. Because I cannot even imagine just me being like, oh, I'm bored. I'm gonna divorce my husband. You know, like no, you figure it out, you work it out. But I could tell that she's regretting it because what she thought she wanted is not what she thought she wanted.
Right. Like, bro, I ain't gonna lie. I would never like see myself divorcing my wife because I'm bored. Like if I'm bored, like I'll find shit to excite me. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, man, let's go take a weekend trip, a spontaneous weekend trip to Vegas or spontaneous Atlantic City or something. You know what I'm saying? Let's do something, break the monotony.
Right.
Like, there's plenty of things you could have done to cure that. Like divorce, that's like the extreme. Men, we wouldn't have done that, bro. We wouldn't have. Most men wouldn't have divorced our wife because we're bored. We don't do shit like that. We don't do shit like, especially we got 3 kids. We worrying about our kids. You see what I'm saying? We worried about shit. I ain't leaving my kids.
Yeah, if she don't want to get out of the house and go explore and go like, hey, like for me, right? I'm afraid of heights. But if I'm really with somebody that loves roller coasters, I might just do it. You know what I mean? But it's gonna be just an up and down. You know what I mean? Like it's only one ride, but I'm gonna do it because I'm messing with that person. But if it's like not reciprocating or we can't go nowhere because we're already always arguing.
Right. It's a problem. No. It's a problem. And even is like, girl, where's your girlfriends at? Where's your girlfriend's night out? Why don't you go run with your girlfriends? Like, where your girls at? My wife, she go out with her girlfriend. Sometimes I'll be like, thank God. You know what I'm saying? Like, stay out here, take the car, go have fun. God damn, thank you. Get out the damn house. You know what I'm saying? Thank you. Good. Hell yeah. Yeah. You want to take my truck? Yeah, take the truck. Go ahead. Y'all do y'all. You know, but it's just, bro, it's really sad that a lot of shit that should be no-brainers, we got to have conversations about. Like, it's a no-brainer. You don't divorce your fucking spouse just because you're bored. Like, marriage is not supposed to be fun 100%, this high state of love and euphoria every day, especially been married for 40, 50 years. You fall back in love with that person. You fall back in love. And it's supposed to be that longevity. It's supposed to be the bond that's supposed to glue you together, that longevity, to the point where it's kind of hard to live your life without your spouse. Like that longevity. Now, longevity don't mean nothing. You could be together 15 years and all you got to do is do one thing that they don't like and they'll divorce you in these day and age, talking about, I rediscover myself. I finally love me first. Man, that's called selfishness, because there is no loving you first in a marriage. It's reciprocal, selfless love, and it has to be reciprocated. It can't just be 70% and 30%. It has to be 50-50 reciprocal, selfless, acts of love, and not doing it where you're feeling resentment. You're doing it because this is what you want to do. This is your act of love. So it's a difference when you love based off acts and you love based on emotions, because as humans, our emotions and our feelings change multiple times throughout the day. So when you base love off feelings, it's subject to change. So what do you do when the feelings of love is not there? There you go. But if you love off an act, you're still loving that person through acts, even though the feeling is not there, or it fades, or it's not at the high point where it was. That's why people who love off acts versus love off feelings always stay together the longest. The ones who love off feelings are the ones who are the quickest to divorce. Take us home. Take us home.
Man, it's true. Don't let your women sit around, don't have no goals. Make sure she's has her head on straight. Keep her away from her bitter friends, because that'll ruin your relationship too. Keep studying, try to make a business together, do something, get out and about, and that's all I got.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank y'all for showing up this impromptu. I'm actually going to have more discussions like this. I'm going to start having a full panel, because I think this is something we can discover to tap into, because my aim, I just call it down the middle. Like I'll call both sides. If y'all want me to talk about the man next stream, I'll talk about the man next stream. Like, I have no problem. Like, I'm not part of this gender war shit that they want. They keep trying to pull me over here. I'm not part of the gender war shit. Like, I'm not. Like, it's possible for me to not like women. You know what I'm saying? I got a house full of women. Got my mom. Like, come on, man. This shit don't make. I lay down to a woman every day. So how do I look spewing all this shit about women 24/7, and I lay down to one next? You know what I'm saying? That's not it. And I got daughters. And she's like, come on, man. That don't make no goddamn sense. But one thing I am going to do, I'm going to call it out as adults, because it's not about men, it's not about women, it's about the adults. And if we focus our intentions on the outcomes that we want, I think it will aid and assist in our vetting processes and not waste unnecessary energy on people who don't share the same long-term goals and values as yourself. With that being said, thank you for coming. I'll see y'all next time.
Ha 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 ha!